Hello everyone and welcome back to an Overwatch review. Today we will be doing a What's New review for the Overwatch Year of the Ox event. And before we get started, I'd like to give a shout out to Will for suggesting this in the comment section. So let's begin. Alright, so we'll start with the skins. First we have Terracotta Medic. So this is a reference to Baptiste being the foundational support of the team. He is made of concrete here, like the foundation of a building. So I don't know how to pronounce this Mccree skin, but I'm pretty sure it's a reference to Elon Musk's daughter. And you can see stuff like the fur coat and the white chaps. She's probably gonna grow up rich enough to have a horse, and these bright white chaps, like the rich people have when they ride horses. Imperial Guard Mccree. So you have this, Imperial pattern on the back here. And unlike a lot of the other Mccree skins, you have a little more facial features here, though it is just a mask. You still have the classic metal down here. The red and black look really good on Mccree, so I'll give this 7.5 jelly donuts. We already did a review of the Tiger Huntress skin. If you haven't seen my Ash Hero review, I'll leave a card up top and maybe put it down in the description. Go check that one out once you're done with this video. But as we all know, they made Bob a furry, and we don't stand furries. Dragonfire. This is Bastion with the Chinese dragon theme. This is actually a reference back to Mushu for anyone that saw the original Mulan. And if you can see him in tank mode and in turret mode. In turret mode, dragon looks like it's yelling, and it kind of looks a little derpy in tank mode. But a lot of us look like that when we're playing video games too, so we can't fault Bastion. Kakashi. So this is a bird skin, and the reason it's ka is like like ravens go kaka. That's what this is a reference to. It's a really good skin for Echo, as she has wings like a bird, and it's a reference back to the fact that Echo flies. Bold Demon. So if we look closely at the skin, we'll notice certain features like the hooves and the horns and the ring in the nose to signify that Orisa is a bull here. But also we can see the blue skin and the fire coming off of her. It's a nod to the fact that she's also a demon. There's some hieroglyphics on the front here, and I gave her a tail as well. I would be curious if you could finally ride Orisa like a horse in this skin, though I'd imagine it'd be really hard. I don't know if you've ever seen someone riding a bull, but it typically doesn't end well for them, so maybe you'd have to do team damage. I don't know, I'll have to check it out. If we look at the weapon, it's a gun with 3 barrels like Orisa's guns are. And we can look at the power up. This is normally called a bongo, but it looks more like a shake weight in the skin. So I'm gonna give it a 0.7 out of 1. Pale Serpent. As the name suggests, she's rather pale in this skin. And if you look closely, you can see there's a snake pattern running down here. And if we look real close, there's also snake scales, all a nod to the serpent, which is a type of snake. The hair does seem to run through the gun, which a lot of people would probably be bugged by. But that is a reference to how fluid a snake flows around things. Almost that it seems like it's going through things. So it's actually a pretty clever nod. And so that ends the skins section of the What's New review. We'll move on to the victory poses. Sparkling Companion. That is a reference to Bridget's bright, sparkling attitude. She's like a companion to the entire team. It does seem like a stray cat has shown up in this spray, which I think is Overwatch trying to bring awareness to stray animals. You can see it has some type of garbage on its head even. It must have been digging through the trash. But being the sparkling companion that Bridget is, she is still going to take care of the cat. I believe we reviewed the Lion's Roar in a previous loot box on loot boxing, but this is a pretty neat victory pose that has some sound to it if you listen closely, and you get a little puppet show as well, with a little bit of magic added in. It's the whole kit and caboodle. Hung Bao. So if you saw my loot box on loot boxing, you would have seen the May pose. That is a reference to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and this is Soldier receiving his invitation to the Chocolate Factory. This is his golden ticket. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and click the card and watch that video as well. So this is a reference to Anna being a mother. As anyone's ever raised kids, you know how stubborn kids can be. And so she's, actually talking about her kids, which are her teammates, and how they're very stubborn. This is a new reference to the bull skin for Orisa, and there's a rumor that if you use the two together, you can actually have Ash ride Orisa like a bull at a rodeo. This is a callback to Baptiste being the foundation of the team, and that support heroes aren't just about healing the team, they're about supporting the team emotionally, physically, mentally, and this is what he's doing. He's providing that emotional and mental support to the team, and it's a key part of being a healer that we often overlook. I believe that there's a bug in my game, as I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say congratulations, but it kind of seems like it's Echo's having some type of error.
I wish I could eat.
This is a reference to Echo being a robot, and as maybe some of you don't know, robots can't eat, and Echo is wishing that she could. Let's listen to that again. So this is I don't know what that noise is. I think May might be hungry. So this is for those people that like to order their takeout through Overwatch. So a lot of people like savory foods, but if you're telling your teammates what to order this is so you can tell them unsavory as opposed to savory. So it can be kind of confusing. So this is Reinhardt giving a pep talk to his team. Because to be a support hero, you don't have to be a support hero. You can give your team support as well through tank roles even. And so what he's saying is that the team's cohesiveness is as strong as 8 oxen. Which if you do the math, that actually is 2 more than is on the team. But he's including Bob and the Bob that you'll get when Echo clones the enemy Ashe. So there's actually 8 people on your team. And together you're stronger than even 8 oxen. I think that was in reverse. So maybe somebody could clip that and run it in reverse and see what happens. Maybe there's a Easter egg hidden in there, I'm not sure.
You work too hard.
We reviewed this in my loot box on lootboxing. And so if you want to know my thoughts on it, go ahead and check out that video.
How can anyone tolerate such chaos?
So this is actually a reference back to Sonic and the Chaos Emeralds. It's pretty clear. I don't think I can explain it any more than that. If you haven't played Sonic, go ahead and play the entire collection of all the games before you continue on. They're pretty good games.
For red fibers, use a strong green, try berry.
This is a reference to chemistry, because Overwatch has this issue with people playing tank too much, and so they thought if they gave Winston really nerdy quotes, it would confuse gamers too much and they wouldn't play as them anymore, and they would have less tank players, and so they could easily do the role queue better, because too many people are playing tank right now. And so that leads to the end of the voice lines of the What's New review. So let's look at the sprays. So the first spray is Not So Fast Outlaw. And so this is a spray of Widow shooting Arissa in the face. This is a reference to how massively large Arissa's head is, and that even the worst Widow could not miss it. We're not going to review this because it's furry content. This is a reference to how easy Mccree's ult is to use. That you can do it with your hat pulled down, crouched, facing backwards, and you'll still hit them all in the face. It's to encourage new users that if they're not getting it, they're clearly doing something wrong. So they can know to be better at the game. Again, we're not reviewing furry content. So this is a reference to Baptiste being that foundation of the team, and even though he is only himself, there's also a piece of him supporting each of the other 5 heroes on the team. So we have Baptiste, the 2 tank players, the Zen playing DPS, and the 2 DPS players. This is a reference to Lucio, actually. Baptiste, Bastion, and Lucio like to drop the beat together, and that's because Lucio does this EDM type music, and being a robot, Bastion is just the best at it. If you've heard his voice lines, he's got some do-woos, some tweets, some do-woo-woo-weet-woo. So, you know, he's also going to be dropping the beat just like Lucio. So, this is a reference to Echo being like a moth, where she's flying into all the light. This is Echo flying a kite. There's pretty much one of these for every hero. But Echo can fly with the kite because she has wings. This is a reminder to DPS that they are grateful to their healers all the time. If anyone's new to Overwatch, you've probably experienced in other games how the healers never get any love and it's always their fault for losing. But in Overwatch, everyone's very grateful of the healers and the tanks, and they always show gratitude. So this is a way for Echo to show gratitude to her healers by putting a spray down, and it's a very commonly used spray. Everyone owns it, myself included. Gunsmoke. This is a reference to Mccree having a gun. This is what all of the Orisa players looked like in the July 2020 updates to the game. This is a reference to Mccree's ult. If you've never played the game, he spins around and goes die, die, die as he shoots everyone. And you can see that people often are confused how that ult kills people upwards, but you can see clearly here how the bullets are going up and down. They're shotguns, they go everywhere. People are often confused by that, but that's how physics works. Is there a reference to that snake skin? It's a little more on the nose because they put a snake there for people that just really aren't getting it. This is a reference to the Orisa skin, as it's a bolt. These are honestly, I think there's a bug in my game because these are not English words. IV, I think that's something to do with like medical stuff, but I'm not really sure. You know, that's also not English. Like, if someone knows that language down in the comments, maybe you can say something. Same with this. So that ends the sprays of the What's New review, and we will go into the highlight intros. This is a reference to D.Va's ult. This is how you're supposed to use it. You launch it up in the air and it just kills everyone instantly all the time. It's not blocked by anything, we don't have to worry about it. This is to remind you how much fun Echo is to play with and against, as she just does a little fun dance. I'm sorry, I was just captivated by that highlight intro, which is the goal of these intros. I mean, the quality on that figure is like Star Fox 64 level, so it's really nostalgic and brings you back. And I think that might be what they're going for here. But either way, that brings us to the end of the highlight intros and to the end of the What's New review. So, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow, and always remember, Mother knows best.